Welcome to the second part of the introduction to Module 3, and in this module I will try to give you some concrete examples of how we have worked with creating design theories in our own research. The case is called the Swedish Academy of County Administrations, and it's been a long-time ongoing collaboration project with county administrations of Sweden. Sweden is a fairly small country, but it's divided into 21 different county administration, each responsible for the regional supervision and control and giving permits in a wide range of areas, such as driver's license, various types of environmental issues, traffic control, veterinarians, a very wide range of responsibilities where they do controls and issue permits. This nationwide organization approached us with a wish to create an online corporate or organizational university or academy where they could coordinate and collaborate all their needs for competence development of staff members. And staff members of county administrations are typically very well educated, highly professional bureaucrats. I will briefly share with you two of the examples. Firstly, where we investigated the implications of going large scale with an e-learning initiative, large scale here being nationwide Sweden. And secondly, I will discuss briefly how different types of design concepts, or as we call them, techno-pedagogical learning models, emerged as a result of an inventory of competence development needs. The first example has to do with geographical information systems. The project was called Strategies, referring to the strategic value of working with online tools with geographical information. The initiative was nationwide, and it encompassed hundreds and hundreds of employees at these 21 county administrations, and also people at the local municipalities. And basically the course was about teaching the learners how to work more efficiently with a specific online web-based tool where they could access geographical information and process it in terms of zooming and doing various types of analysis. This dates back a few years, and now when we're accustomed to Google Earth and other types of accessible online geographical data, we are maybe not so impressed by this application, but at the time, since it was before Google Earth was launched, it was quite impressive. And to skip right to the results, we identified two major challenges that comes with scaling up e-learning initiatives. Firstly, there is of course the issue of the heterogeneity of participants. Whenever you scale up, you inevitably get a less homogeneous group of participants. Different backgrounds, different competence levels becomes more of a problem with increased scale. Secondly, an equally natural consequence of scaling up e-learning is that it becomes ever more clear that various practices, if ever so alike on the surface, when you zoom in on each of the different locations that participated in the course, we could see that differences were big and they were of great importance for the success of the course. And in order to summarize this, we identified three contradictions or paradoxes or tensions, as we call them here. There is an inherent tension between structure and flexibility. There is an equal inherent tension between information and interaction, and the exploration versus exploitation of practice, or radical versus incremental, or incremental versus radical change of practice. All in all, this was summarized into an idea. Thank you guys for being patient with that break. I had to rush off to get to Halmstad, where I have a position as a guest researcher. And I guess when I left you in my kitchen back home, I was just about to present the design theory that we ended up with in the large-scale e-learning project. And here you can see a summary of that, where we have kind of condensed the two challenges as columns in a matrix, and the three tensions that we found in the project as row in the same matrix. And in each cell of the matrix we have then briefly formulated short design guidelines that is supposed to take care of challenges versus tensions that represents each cell. This is one way of structuring an IS design theory where various types of design implications is mapped towards challenges and tensions identified in research and kernel theories. We will now move on to the second example, where we did a broad survey in the same organization, that is the Swedish Academy of County Administrations, based on a survey that was directed toward content experts within various fields of expertise throughout the county administration. We could identify how they perceived short and long-term needs in terms of competence development. The method for data collection were a combination of workshop, interviews, and a questionnaire. What we ended up with was quite a long list of demands, and when we analyzed them, we ended up with this framework, which served as a design framework where you could identify various design concepts, or as we call them, technopedagogical learning models, that corresponded to fundamentally different types of needs with respect to competence development. This 2x2 matrix has columns that identifies whether the competence development need is local, only concerning the one county administration, or if it's national or global, concerning collaboration across different organizations. And the rows represents whether the competence development need could be said to be about being socialized into the existing practice. That is very much related to novices being trained into doing work as work is already been done. Or the second row, if the competence development need relates to a need to change and innovate the existing practice. And these four cells in the 2x2 matrix then inspired us to create a series of design concepts or technopedagogical learning models that could be mapped and oriented into this design framework. The most stereotypical ones we chose to call course, case, seminar, and circle. So a course would be something you do on a local scale where new people had to be introduced into the profession. A case would be the same thing, only on a national arena. The name case referring to how differences with respect to the situated nature of work could be made a resource into the course material. And seminar and circle were more open-ended in its character and resembled more a situation where informed professionals get together to set the course for a new practice, an innovated and improved practice locally or globally. Well, that, guys, was a very brief summary of the two cases I talked about earlier. And after having reviewed this video, I painfully realized that the summaries are perhaps not enough to enlighten you fully about how IS design theory work can be conducted in practice. So look at the website and you will find two papers authored by me and my colleagues that in more detail fill you out when it comes to how these two projects were run. Stay tuned for Christian giving you his take on design science in his PhD project.